Class, yesterday we read and discussed Jessica Zafra's essay entitled Our Summer. Anyway, okay. Did you recall what the essay was about? Yes, Patricia.
In her essay, Zafra writes about the reasons why, unlike most people, she hates summer. Or in her own words, she says that, I feel it is my responsibility to speak on behalf of those of us who love summer.
Whoa. And what are some of the reasons why she hates summer so much? Yes, Amy.
She hates the heat, and unlike most people, she doesn't like the idea of going to the beach either, which is why she prefers to stay in her room and read her books or watch movies.
Yes, Racine?
In her essay, she also comes up with a funny analogy on how fitting it is that summer coincides with the penitentia of the Lenten season.
Yes, Zomer, you were about to tell us something?
Yeah, I like the part 2. I enjoy reading her essay, but even though I don't agree with her ideas.
Is that so, Zomer?
And because I love summer and I adore the beaches. And besides, summer is the only time that I can relax from all those class assignments.
That's probably true, but class, before you think of going to the beaches and then going to the mall, you have to do this activity for me first. You have to write an essay. This time, I'd like you to think about one particular activity that you think most people commonly enjoy doing. However, like Zafra, this activity is something that you really, really hate most, or what you call a pet peeve.
Ma'am.
Yes, Enrico?
So are we going to make an article like Jessica's?
In a way, yes, but on a different topic. If you probably feel like you can suggest some ideas for a topic. Yes, Christine?
Ma'am, how about malling or window shopping?
That's good. Let's write down those suggestions. Okay, we have first malling, then shopping. Class, here's the complete list of your suggested topics in that essay I was telling you a while ago. Now, these are the things that we think that most people enjoy doing. Now, from this list, you select one topic which you think is your pet peeve. Okay, remember that the idea here is to convince your readers to your side against the popular choice. Now, for your title, you may pattern it to Zafra's title, ARG. And then, your chosen topic. Did you get that, class? Okay, for this, I'm going to give you 30 minutes. You may start now.
Do you recall the steps which the teacher did in preparing the class for the writing activity? The classroom scene we just saw showed us the first 5 steps in getting our students ready for essay writing. These steps, identified by Swede and Lincoln, are as follows. First, the teacher led the class to pick a subject. In this case, the topic was a takeoff point from the previous essay that they have discussed, which was Jessica Zafra's ARG, Summer. Next, the class identified their intended audience for the essay. Here, the students were writing for people whose view they oppose. Third, they determined the scope of the essay. Their topic covered the activity which most people love to do, but which the students considered to be their pet peeve. Fourth, they identified the purpose of their essay, which was to convince the people whose view they are opposed to, and the writer's side or opinion. Fifth, the class used supporting materials to help them describe their subject. In this case, they used the essay of Jessica Zafra as a model. The class, we observed, ended with the students writing the first draft of their materials. However, the work does not stop there. There are still other steps which the students, as well as the teacher, have to go through before the final copy of the essay is presented. Remember that the process of writing is as equally important as the finished product itself. To continue, the 6th step involves the organization of the material. Here, the writer decides which ideas to include and which to leave out. In writing the essay, it is important to have a dramatic lead and an equally solid ending. For students to have a clearer idea of what to write about, they may be asked to prepare an outline before the actual writing. The next step involves the choosing of the right tone. Right tone of voice, that is whether the essay will be humorous, angry, sad, or optimistic. Only then should the students start writing their first draft. The first part of actual writing allows the students to explore the flow of their thoughts. After the first draft has been written, the students are given the chance to edit their drafts by making a final check to make sure that each idea leads smoothly to the next. This part of writing also offers the option to make the necessary revisions. Lastly, the final copy is written out for submission. As in any writing activity, we want our students to come up not only with well-written essays, but also for them to find joy and interest in what they do. Indeed, there is no magic formula for writing perfect essays, but there are criteria for good writing, such as what Pan identifies as the critical C's that make a good essay. The author points out 8 criteria that would help students write at least adequate literature essays. 1. Conscientious reading. This trains the students to have an eye for detail and avoid the deplorable tendency to write everything they know. 2. Critical thinking. Students must keep in mind the advanced organizers that are done in class. This way, they are more likely to think critically and write purposely. 3. Creativity. Using critical models and analysis may seem rather restrictive at first, but in fact, meticulous reading and critical thinking are essential prerequisites for creativity. 4. Cogency. A good essay needs a sound, clear thesis that provides a focal point for the discussion in an organized and methodical fashion. 5. Coherence. Having a thesis is important, but in addition, an essay needs to be developed coherently. The effectiveness of an argument depends largely on its logical sequencing. 6. Conciseness. Good writing is precise. It also gets to the point quickly and avoids belaboring it. 7. Clarity. This includes not only logical observation, but also a clear definition of aims and keywords. Lastly, correctness. This means the elimination of carelessness, spelling errors, and inadvertently omitted words, and such minor offenses. There you have it. Indeed, the reading, teaching, and writing of essay involves diligence and great care. We have almost reached the end of the Caucus race. So stay with us as we give you a recap of this episode. We'll be back shortly.